We're going to explain how to subtract two columns in Excel. This is a really useful skill, and thankfully, it's pretty straightforward. There are a couple of ways to do it, and we'll cover both. 1. Using a formula in a new column. This is the most common and generally easiest method. Let's say your first column is column A, containing the numbers you want to subtract from, and your second column is column B, containing the numbers you want to subtract. To get the difference, you'll create a third column, let's say column C, to hold the results. In cell C1, you'll enter the formula XA1B1. This tells Excel to take the value in cell A1 and subtract the value in cell B1. Hit enter and you'll see the result. Now, the really cool part is that you can copy this formula down the entire column C. Click the bottom right corner of cell C1, the little square, and drag it down to the last row containing data in columns A and B. Excel will automatically adjust the formula for each row. C2 will show cell A2B2, C3 will show EA3B3, and so on. This automatically calculates the difference between the corresponding cells in columns A and B for every row of your data. Using a formula directly in the existing column, Advanced. You can subtract columns directly into one of the existing columns, but this isn't generally recommended unless you're comfortable with potentially overwriting your original data. Let's say you want to subtract column B from column A, and you are okay with A being modified. In cell A1, you'd enter it A1B1. Then you would again drag the little square in the bottom right corner of cell A1 down the entire column. However, please note, this replaces the original values in column A with the results of the subtraction. Be extremely careful when using this method to avoid accidentally losing your original data. Always back up your data before making changes like this. Consider creating a copy of your sheet to work on, to safeguard against accidental data loss. Handling errors. Sometimes your data might have errors or inconsistencies. For instance, one of the cells might be blank. If you try to subtract from a blank cell, you'll likely encounter a value error. To prevent this, you can use the if function. For example, if is number A1, A1B1. We'll check if cell A1 contains a number. If it does, the subtraction happens. Otherwise, the cell remains blank. This makes your spreadsheet more robust and prevents errors from disrupting your calculations. You can apply similar logic if you want different behavior in the case of an error, like displaying a specific error message instead of leaving the cell blank. You can embed the if function within the methods described above in points 1 and 2. Remember to save your work often, especially when using the advanced method of directly modifying your existing data. That's it. You now know how to subtract two columns in Excel efficiently.